So a few hours ago, I posted a video where Emiru came out on stream. She did a stream for went about for an hour and a half, first talking about the Twitch situation just briefly, but the majority of the stream was talking about her past relationship that she had with Mizkif. And she has put out that he abused her, she has blackmailed her, multiple different things that he had done towards her. That's obviously not right. Okay, multiple different things, multiple forms of abuse. While Mizkif himself actually came out, this man decided to go live and talk about things from supposedly his point of view, okay? And I think that this was a big mistake to do, because I think that this whole entire situation for Mizkif, especially for all the text messages that Emiru had shown on stream, to me is not great, okay? It's not great, the things that she had said, and especially for the fact that a lot of people have left Mizkif's life as well, as a lot of people who are like caught in the middle of this, and a lot of those people who do know about a lot of these things that happen behind the scenes between the two of them have been backing Emiru, and all of them have seemingly abandoned Mizkif because of the things that he has done towards Emiru. But he came out, like I said, he talked about multiple different things. He talked about how supposedly he was controlling towards her, put his point of view about this story. He also said that Emiru lied of when it came to the, the whole entire throwing the phone at her, and he was just merely like, throwing the phone on the bed. But one of the biggest things, and one of the things that I'm going to show the clip of, is how Emiru accuses Mizkif of SA. Okay, and I talked about this in my video, and it is also the clip that I showed of her talking about this. But Mizkif himself decides to come out and talk about this situation.
We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
And one thing that I hate the most about this is because when I was listening to Emiru talk about this, okay, Mizkif, he's saying that they went out, then they got home, they started cuddling and started kissing, he went to the next level. He completely left out the whole entire part where Emiru said that when this happened, this was while she was having a mental breakdown. It's not like it was a normal sexual interaction with someone that you're making out and everything's great. She was having a mental breakdown. He was comforting her. After they had broken up as well. And because she was having a bit of a breakdown, she was crying, she let him comfort her, okay? She allowed it. She was like, you know what? I need this comfort. That's fine. He started kissing her face. She's just like, that's absolutely fine. And then this man decided to jump on top of her and shove his hands down her pants while she's having a breakdown. Who the fuck looks at their girl, okay? I have had girlfriends in the past, and are hard to believe, okay? And whenever my girlfriend has cried, or any girl really, because even girls that, aren't particularly my girlfriend, I've comforted them before, okay? And I will comfort them with a hug. If they're a girlfriend, I'll give them a kiss on the cheek as a reassurance, okay? But never in my life have I had a girl crying, me comforting them, and gone, this is the time for me to jump down their pants. And then when I go to retell the story, I completely leave that fucking part out, that she was crying. What the fuck is this man doing? Is he just trying to fucking dig himself a hole, like even fucking further? You completely left that part out. Or is she lying about that part? Come on, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing? He also then goes to talk on about how she wanted him back, and she laid out like some rules about right before they were breaking up.
Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
And listen, I don't think that this is this big of a deal, okay? Is that I don't see anything wrong with a girl wanting to lay down, this is what I want from you over the next 5 years, okay? If anything, I like that. I like that when a woman says that. Now, I mean, good on him if the relationship was toxic at that point in time and going, no, this isn't it, let's break up or let's leave this because this relationship is too toxic, okay? At least he took some initiative and say that I'm too mentally and fucking sane to be able to be in a relationship with you, okay? Probably better off as well. But this whole entire stream was a fucking joke. The only thing that I think I could go with Mizkif and be like, hey, maybe this is actually true. This thing, maybe we need to hold Emiru accountable for this. And I love Emiru, like I do. I fucking love her. I have watched her multiple times in the past, right? But I think that if this is true, then yes, she should be held accountable for this. Is that supposedly she was neglecting her rabbits. Now, I've heard from other people, like streamers and stuff like that are close to Emiru, saying that this is not true. But then Mizkif did show in his stream that supposedly inside the cage of the rabbits, that there was like, you know, I think it's mermites or whatever it's called, or like little tiny bugs that aren't that could possibly lead to diseases for the rabbits, and the cage itself looks like very, very dirty. Like it looks like I'm pretty sure there's shit in there as well that's not being cleaned up. So if that's true, then yes, I think Emiru needs to answer for that. But besides that, everything that he talked about, he's just been a fucking idiot. I don't think that he should have gone live. Honestly, I think that the best thing that he could have done is just disappeared. Okay, not off this world. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean off the internet. Okay, that's what I mean. He should just disappear off the internet. I think that's the best thing that he could have done. He's also stated as well that he's not going anywhere and that he is going to keep on streaming. But one thing that I will say when it comes to this, if you do think that Mizkif is innocent with this, okay, is that I'm going to show two things. One is the fact that Trainwrecks, for a long period of time now, he called out Mizkif years ago. He did. Trainwrecks, for a long period of time, has called out Mizkif for his bullshit. Mizkif has been accused of covering up sexual assault, and that is what Trainwrecks came out at him for. And also, when Emiru was talking about Mizkif, one of the things that she outed him for was that when they would fight, when he would get mad and he was driving, this man would drive like over 100 miles an hour, like on the roads, okay? There is an old clip that is now starting to go around of Maya, who was the girlfriend before Emiru, who dated Mizkif before Emiru, has said the exact same story about a past partner.
I did a guy that would go like 100 miles an hour on the, like we would fight in the car, which was never my decision. Like it just always like happened. Like we just would like fight in the car, and then he'd go like 100, and I would like literally like beg him to slow down. I'd be so scared and I'd cry, and then he would not slow down until I apologized.
Now, obviously, she clearly doesn't mention the name, but if we have to put two and two together, come on. I'm pretty sure we all know who she's talking about. But this situation is fucking wild. When I made my video initially on the Emiru situation, I didn't think Mizkif would come out and say anything. I didn't. And if anything, I think it would have been best if he didn't. I think it would have been best if he just shut up. Even if he didn't want to disappear off the internet and keep trying to make content or whatever it may be, you know, keep streaming and all that shit. The best thing he could have done is just shut up. Because if Emiru is going as far as putting a restraining order on you, you're going to have to deal with some sort of legal like repercussions for this. Like you have to. You will. 100%. Because restraining orders are done in the court of law. So you're going to have to deal with the law when it comes to this. So the best thing that you can fucking do if you're being accused of anything and you're being had a restraining order put on you, is the best thing you can do is shut the fuck up. And this man decided not to do that. He decided to speak his mind. And honestly, I think it's fucking backfired. I think it's backfired, and I think that it's the dumbest thing that this man could have done. And one thing that I'm looking forward to as well is that Asmongold will go live tomorrow. And one thing is that Asmon, he's stated in the past, because I do watch him a lot, he has stated that whenever it comes to any situation like this, because he's alluded about this stuff for a long time, okay? He has like briefly talked about, not like exposed anything, but he has known that there's been something going on behind the scenes. He knows basically a lot that has happened. And he has alluded at it, that things are going to come out about like some situation that when it came to OTK. And one thing that he said is he will never say anything directly unless given permission by those parties, that he will give them respect for them to voice their opinions first. But if anyone says anything wrong, he's going to jump at them and he's going to call them out for their bullshit. And it's really funny that Mizkif decided to go live after Asmongold went offline. That I find really ironic, so I'm looking forward to of when Asmongold decides to talk about this situation, what Mizkif is lying about. Because to me, I already mentioned about when it came to the whole SA allegations, is that he left out the whole entire part of where Emiru was breaking down. So just imagine about how much more he is lying about. And he's also lied about sexual assault in the past of when it came to Slick. So what else did this man lie about? Who knows? But that's going to be it from me. I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about this whole entire situation down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.